We have significant problems, 427 and Finch Avenue.
Environment Canada says a large chunk of southern Ontario is expected to get a brief burst of heavy snow and local blowing snow on Wednesday morning as a cold front moves through. Winds are expected to gust to near 70 kilometers per hour and may result in local blowing and drifting snow impacting the morning commute, the weather agency said. The weather advisory is in place for Toronto and the GTA to the Niagara area up to Guelph, Kitchener, and east across Peterborough, Kingston, and Ottawa. Visibility may be suddenly reduced at times in heavy snow, Environment Canada said in its weather advisory. Surfaces such as highways, roads, walkways, and parking lots may become icy and slippery.
After 5 p.m.
Environment Canada is warning people to prepare for quickly changing and deteriorating travel conditions. If visibility is reduced while driving, slow down, watch for tail lights ahead, and be prepared to stop. Between 5 to 10 centimeters fall on Tuesday evening in parts across southern Ontario. The brief burst of heavy snow may add an additional 2 to 5 centimeters in some areas, the weather agency said. The London, Ontario to Barrie and Owen Sound area has a snow squall warning in place as bursts of heavy flurries along a cold front will give way to snow squalls off Lake Huron and Georgian Bay. Snowfall amounts of 15 to 25 centimeters are expected, the advisory said. Global News meteorologist Ross Hull said thundersnow was detected as a sharp, Arctic cold front moved across southern Ontario Monday night into Tuesday morning. In a Facebook group, people posted reports of hearing thunder and lightning in Woodstock, Hamilton, and Simcoe. One woman posted a photo of Sauble Beach, which had received 30 centimeters of snow over a 24-hour period. The photo showed the well-known Sauble Beach sign and snow drifts reaching up to a nearby stop sign. Environment Canada has issued snow squall warnings for Barrie, Collingwood, Hillsdale, the Bruce Peninsula, Bluewater, Southern Grey County, Innisfil, New Tecumseth, Angus, Midland, Coldwater, Orr Lake, Mount Forest, Arthur, Orangeville, Grand Valley, Orillia, Lagoon City, Washago, Owen Sound, and the Blue Mountains. More than 25 roads stretching from Tobermory to Stratford were closed due to poor visibility and heavy drifted snow. Snowplows were pulled off the roads along the Bruce Peninsula due to the vicious conditions, and police in southern Bruce County alone responded to more than 50 collisions or ditched cars. It's been honestly a busy winter that we haven't seen in years. Great news if you own a snowmobile. Bad news if you're expecting your kids to make it to their school bus, said South Bruce OPP Constable Matthew Thorpe. Buses were cancelled across much of Midwestern Ontario today, and many schools in Bruce and Grey County were outright closed due to the rapid accumulation of snow and road closures. Students in the Bluewater District School Board have had 18 snow days so far this winter. That is pretty significant compared to what we've seen in past years. I mean, in Bruce and Grey counties, we are accustomed to having quite a few snow days, but this year does seem to be a special one for some reason, said Jamie Pettit of the Bluewater District School Board. While most roads reopened at some point today, some roads, especially those along the Lake Huron shoreline, remained closed due to heavy drifting. Hundreds of cars were left stranded on roadways overnight, which only slowed down cleanup efforts. Our cruisers, they don't float in the air, unfortunately. They're just like any other vehicle that's on the road. So, if we can't get to a place that we can get to you, hopefully you prepared before you went out to make the best of the situation, said Thorpe. For students and parents frustrated with the lost instructional and exam days, according to Pettit, making up that work is really decided on a school-by-school and class-by-class basis. There likely won't be PA days canceled or school year extensions to make up for lost time. The school year calendar is the same as the PA days. Those are ministry approved. So extending the school year calendar isn't an option for a whole variety of reasons at this point. So, we kind of have to work within the parameters of what we have, said Pettit. These almost certainly won't be the last snow days for Midwestern Ontario students or the final days of white-knuckle driving. Mother Nature appears determined to remind us what an old-fashioned winter looks and feels like. Meanwhile, Provincial police say 3 separate collisions occurred on Highway 427 near Finch Avenue in Etobicoke, one of which led to a 4-vehicle pileup that shut down the northbound lanes of the highway. Provincial police say officers were attending a minor crash scene on the southbound lanes of the highway near Finch Avenue West on Tuesday afternoon, when a second collision occurred in the northbound lanes, directly adjacent to the initial crash.
Traffic being diverted off to Finch.
A post from Ontario Provincial Police, OPP, on X shows heavy damage to a number of vehicles from the northbound crash.
On the southbound lanes.
OPP Sergeant Kerry Schmidt said 2 people suffered minor injuries in the northbound crash. We're obviously concerned about distraction, inattention, people not looking where they're going, and maybe unexpected slowdowns that resulted in this multi-vehicle collision, Schmidt said. He also said while officers were investigating that crash, a third collision involving 2 vehicles occurred on the southbound side, the same side as the first crash. In an update on X, OPP said the crashes were likely due to some form of driver distraction. You need to be aware of your surroundings, but also know where you're going, and traffic can slow down suddenly and unexpectedly, and that's what we're seeing, Schmidt said. The northbound lanes of the 427 were closed at Finch, as well as 2 southbound lanes. The area has since reopened to traffic. Police say the crash investigations continue. Meanwhile, sudden whiteouts and a multi-vehicle crash on Highway 26 this morning have prompted police to issue another travel warning today, following an advisory sent out last night. Collingwood and the Blue Mountains OPP were called to a crash this morning in Thornbury between Foodland and Goldsmiths, where 2 vehicles collided initially, and at least 2 more vehicles collided following the initial collision. Police received the initial call for the collision at 8:47 a.m. this morning. There were no reported injuries, said Staden. We are aware that more vehicles were involved but understand drivers may not have been able to stop immediately. We are asking those drivers to come forward now and report their involvement. Constable Wesley Staden said the road conditions are rapidly changing with high winds causing sudden and complete whiteouts and patches of drifting snow. Highway 26 was closed for the collision this morning while crews worked to clear the vehicles out of the way. The road is open now. A warning from Collingwood OPP advises avoiding unnecessary travel and suggests people stay home today as high winds are expected through this evening. At present, roads are open, but Staden said there's potential for them to close depending on the weather. Drivers are urged to plan ahead by checking Municipal 511 and Ontario 511, said Staden. The OPP and its municipal partners are constantly evaluating road conditions throughout the day. At present, all roads are open, but this could change at any time. Please, if you can, stay home